Welcome to Bound Masonry in the Bible. We got a torus-field. And well, the bound part, I use it because it represents laws of nature. We are bound by those laws. So that's what masonry is about for me. And masonry in the Bible. Let's get started. An introduction into masonry in the Bible with Genesis. And Genesis states, I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I'll say the Alpha and Omega is a point on a circle. And take that point from where we are ripping apart the circle, we get a line, and on that line there's a beginning and an end. And 5 lines in between, but basically it's 6 on the circle. It makes 7. And that's the other part. It's like 6 days of work, 7 days for free. Best illustrated by the hexagonal. Probably a lot of y'all know this already, but just to make something clear. 6 makes an isolated space in between. So it's basically, well, when you work in 6 days, you get a space for free. And in that space fits exactly another day. I believe this is masonry in the Bible. And going on, after that, well, basically, probably I got into masonry in the Bible like because of this. And then I got to the tabernacle and the calendar. When you make a 2D map of the tabernacle, you connect all the points. You get a grid, and where I'm at now, it's like all those spaces in between of the grid, they add up to 366, 365. I'm still working out like how it's meant to be worked with. So, but I got this. I was like, well, maybe I just didn't like put a point between on the back. It's just still a question mark. But I also got to Revelation after that, and this one I can make an exclamation mark. You know, I'm pretty sure about a connection with this. And well, let's get started. It's Revelation 4. It states, there's a throne in heaven, and on that throne there's a shiny one. And around that throne there are 24 seats or thrones. And on those thrones there are 24 elders with crowns and do I know what. But in between of those seats and the throne there are 7 lampstands. And I believe the 7 lampstands it's a metaphor for making a line from 0 or from 1 to 7 or to 8. So let's not be confusing. Let's make a line from 1 to 8. That's in between there's 7. And from 8 we can go to 15, and from 15 to 22, and from 22 to 5, and from 5 to 12, and so on. And it just makes a nice pattern, and it's locked. You know, you end up where you started again. So I believe that the 7 lampstands represents a line from 0 to 7 and so on. When you look at it in 3 dimensions, I can see a torus-field, like I can see the bend. So that's why I called it a torus-field. And well, it goes on like after the 7 lampstands, we get 4 creatures around the 24. There's 4 creatures, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And those 4 creatures, they got 6 wings each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those wings are dotted with eyes on the front and on the back and everywhere. Well, think of it in 3 dimensions again. you can think of it as front and back, and all those spots in between, I call them the eyes. That's what I translate into eyes. And basically, well, you can make one in between and so on till infinity. So, and it also states that there's a whole lot of eyes. So, or maybe in some Bibles that it's about uncountable eyes, I believe. So in that way it can go on for infinity. Yeah, I think this is Revelation 4, the torus-field. Let me think. Yeah, maybe afterwards. So I think this is it for now. Revelation 14. Well, for me it's like a whole Revelation. It's a bunch of different stories, all connected into one. And well, I think this proves it in a way that, well, this is one story, Revelation 4, but Revelation 14 talks about the same in another way. It states that there's a lamp on top of Mount Zion. The lamp is in, the animal. It's on top of Mount Zion, and it's surrounded by it's surrounded by 144,000 people. The mountain, this is the mountain, this is the base, and well, the lamp is on top, and the people are on the mountain. And why I say these are the people, let me do another thing. It's the mountain. You can see when you look at it three-dimensional, you can look at it as in a pit, but reverse it, it can become a mountain. The 144. I think that's a difficult part. Well, I'm really happy about that it fits in the way I did it. It's because of, well, first you make a circle. You make the 24 points, so you got a line for the circle. And when you take the lines, you got a border as well. So in between here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. When you erase the lines and you put another torus-field inside, it basically, this corner, it's the same as this one. So when I'm counting from, well, let's take another one. When I'm counting from the inside, from here to there, it's 6. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just by erasing 2 lines and making a connection. What that means is like, well, originally when you make it, it's like 168, 7 times 24. So it's this amount times that. So I erased the lines and I got 6 spaces, and the 6 times 24 is 144. So that's how I got to my belief, or well, basically I feel like I know this is meant with the 144 around the lamp on the mountainside. So I think I explained it all. The thing I wanted to explain is it's also because I wanted to make it viral. So because I'm stuck. You know, I'm not an electrical engineer, because I think this may be a electrical device. You know, like there's a whole lot of other torus-field stuff, and maybe someone can use it. Maybe someone can puzzle on with it. I'm stuck for the moment, so who knows? Let's get happy about it, eh? Or yeah, I hope we all get happy about it. Yeah, done with the thinking. Thank y'all.